Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm trying to make sure right now this thing is actually got sound. Yep, it got sound. So, welcome to the Brooks Serda talk show. Today it's in English. I'm just reading an update from the Center for Economic. This is the homepage, Center for Economic and Policy Research, the CEPR, and they just published. They do several reports, like they have a whole file on Haiti. It's a good resource. Anybody looking for it? And oh shit, they got it in my. Well, it's not my language. We don't call it Spanish. But anyway, I'm just gonna go straight up and read it. It's an investigation. Um, Weapons 4 days later, the U.S. rescued them. What happened? Well, it's it's because I have to magnify it. Sorry, so you don't have the an investigation by like I say, CEPR, Relief and Reconstruction Watch for Haiti. At 4:59 a.m. on Saturday, February 16, a private plane registered to a South Florida charter company touched down at the Toussaint Louverture International Airport in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The plane landed in the midst of a worsening economic downturn, metastasizing corruption scandal, and a deadly political crisis. For the previous 9 days, large parts of the country have been shut down by street protests and barricades pushing for the president's resignation. The plane arrived direct from Baltimore, Washington International Airport, BWI, where it departed just after 2 a.m. And the plane were a handful of American contractors, apparently including highly trained former military officers with experience in Iraq and Afghanistan. Once in Haiti, at least some of the contractors reportedly bypassed immigration, and police officials believed that were met at the airport by two local businessmen with close ties to the ruling party, Josué Leconte and Jesne Champagne. Also present, according to those same sources, was Fritz Jean Louis, a former government official. A Hawk 800 mid-size twin-jet corporate aircraft similar to the one used. The next day, a group of contractors attempted to enter the central bank, the Banque République de Haiti. I'm sorry, I can read Creole. I'm sorry. A security guard on site denied access and alerted high-level bank officials. Sources with knowledge of the situation confirmed that Laconte and Jean-Louis, two of the men who met the contractors at the airport, had been in contact with the central bank governor over the previous 2 weeks, but the contractors apparently never entered the bank, and someone tipped off the police. That afternoon, police detained, and that someone is a hero. That afternoon, police detained seven contractors and their driver, five Americans, two Serbians, and a Haitian national. just a few blocks from the bank. The contractors, at least some of whom had arrived only 36 hours prior to the flight from Baltimore, were driving in unarmed vehicles. Inside, agents found six semi automatic rifles, six pistols, two drones, satellite phones, and other tactic equipment. The group was on a government mission, they told the police. Their boss will call our boss. One of the officers later recalled being told. Oh, there's a video. I don't know. Should I put it? It's 14 seconds. Damn, give me some. A demonstration in November calling for accountability in the government's handling of some $2 billion in Petro Caribe spending. Oops. That evening, the Haitian Minister of Justice personally intervened for the contractor's release, according to local reports, independently confirmed. One of the Haitian president's advisors also made a call, Fritz Jean Louis, who has reportedly fled the country, told police it was part of a central bank security assessment. The bank denied any involvement. The contractors remained detained. Nobody took responsibility for bringing these contractors to Haiti. The U.S. Embassy provided consular services but denied any knowledge of the group's purpose in the country. On the afternoon of February 20, after nearly 3 days of nonstop speculation in the local and international press that seemed to raise more questions than answers, the group was quietly released into US custody. That night, video emerged. A group of US embassy personnel escorted them through the American airline ticket counter. None appeared to be in handcuffs. Of course not. Here's a picture, just like they have done nothing. They actually broke into Haiti. They didn't even use their passport. U.S. Embassy personnel escort American contractors through the American airline ticket counter. Yeah, not even nothing. They they flew commercial in a mostly empty plane to Miami, where they were both met by U.S. law enforcement, though it remained unclear from what federal agency. The next day, citing federal resources, the Miami Herald reported the contractors would not face charges. The Haitian president and prime minister both denied the knowledge of the situation. The US government has not made any public remarks on the case. They only public the only public explanation provided by any of these involved came in the form of an Instagram post, since since deleted, by one of the returned Americans. He claimed that people are directly connected to the current Haitian president, had hired them to do security work. But weeks later, much of what happened during the roughly 36 hours before the group was detained remains shrouded in secrecy. The significant details are still unknown. The following account, based on existing reports, interviews with sources close to the situation, government documents, flight, and other records relating to the case, raises significant questions for authorities in both Haiti and the United States. Why was the group driving in unmarked cars with unregistered weapons and without immigration stamp in their passports? What had they been hired to do? And on whose behalf? Are there other contractors still in Haiti? What did central bank officials know? And when did they know it? Was the bank the target of the mission or just the site of its downfall? And who is covering the whole affair up? Why did the US government break with widely respected diplomatic procedures and international laws? Why are they not facing any charges in Haiti or the United States? And what does the whole case have to do with the ongoing political crisis and with the US role in Haiti today? In the following report, Haiti Relief and Reconstruction Watch, HRRW, will provide the most complete account of the contractors' detention, what they had done in Haiti before their detention, and the political and diplomatic discussions that surrounded the event. Over the course of just a few days, the case took on political significance much greater than the detention and release of the contractors. The chain of events initiated by the detention revealed the weakness of the nation's justice system and the precariousness of the current Haitian administration. It exposed the close ties between criminal networks and the ruling party and cast doubt on the idea that this was a simple security operation gone wrong. So here we go. Despite the sensitivity of the case, the identities of those detained were widely known within hours. Dustin Port, Taylor Burton, Christopher Osman, Ken Crawford, Ken Crocker, Chris Mark McKinley, Danilo Bajajic, Blade Jankovic, and Michael Estera. Two of four, two are former Navy SEALs, one a former Marine. Another worked as diplomatic security in Afghanistan. Outside of Estera, the Haitian national, six of the seven detained have public links to private security companies in the U.S. from Maryland to Southern California. Yeah, that's the disguise. In Haiti, they've simply become the mercenaries. 3:16 p.m. This is Chris Osman's design. Sometimes life is stranger than fiction and filled with crazy adventures. I'm alive and back home. We are we I'm sorry. We all are. It's no it's now known that I do security work and I have done it for years. My days of doing any out of the US is officially over because I'm plastered all over the media and around the world. Now he is indignated. Can you believe that? The team was in Haiti to provide security work for people who are directly connected to the current president. We were being used as pawns in a public fight between him and the current prime minister of Haiti. The people of Haiti were really good to us, and all of us will forever be thankful to the ones in the jail who help us. The jails are awful, with conditions I wouldn't wish for anyone to experience. We were not released, we were in fact rescued. To the men who risked their lives to do so, you boys are getting some serious care packages. We owe you our lives. Thank you to the American government and the State Department, the US Embassy in Haiti, the American ambassador to Haiti, and the hundreds of men and women who stepped in to save us. It's been a long time since I have seen the weight of the US government at work, and it's a glorious thing. Hmm. Thank you to the hundreds of people, family, and friends who reached out to my wife and helped her during this difficult time. To my Haiti brothers, thank you for never wavering under the conditions and always having each other's backs. I love you all. It don't seem like he wrote it. This is was Christopher Osman on Instagram. That's what he posted. I don't think he wrote it. Let's say those detained were widely known within hours. Dustin, Christopher Osman. It don't say his nationality. Yeah, I don't say who's Christopher Osman, but we'll find out as we read along, I suspect. On February 22nd, Christopher Osman posted a picture. Yeah, we can just take a look real quick since we're already here. I was thinking of coming back to the, oh, it's not a link to his profile. Oh, well. So this was the actual post, but not his account. The message accompanying that post has been the only public comment from any of the contractors involved, which that make it a lot of suspect. Like we say in my home country, explanation not asked, directly asked, makes you a culprit. The post has since been deleted. At least two companies have publicly denied any role in the operation. So they're not even working with them. They're just ghosts on their payroll. Sometimes life is stranger than fiction and filled with crazy adventures. Osman wrote, it's now known that I do security work, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just read it. I hate this kind of journalism. In early July, the government announced that fuel prices will increase by up to 50%. Yeah, it was running out of money, and the measure was part of the list of reforms needed to secure an international monetary fund rescue package. Of course, yeah, this is what the United States forced the government of Haiti to cut off any ties with Venezuela, who was providing very affordable prices on their oil. It was exporting oil to Haiti, for them to make a profit enough to do some infrastructure in Haiti, and they stole all the money. Protests, protests, some of which targeted private businesses, erupted across Port-au-Prince and continue even after the government rescinded the decree. The airport was closed. Among the business damaged in the protests were the Best Western Hotel and the NSC Trading. Both are owned by one of Haiti's most well-known elite families, the Handels. This is something that we need to keep an eye on this family. The handles, yeah, is they're puppets. It's after the colonization. It's not like they can shamelessly leave, in this case, French people in charge. So they have their national puppets. After the unrest, Chris Handel, a co-owner of the hotel, and MSC brought in foreign security contractors to assess the situation. According to private sector resources, that group included Kent Crocker. Handel declined to comment for this report. The presence of foreign security contractors in Haiti is nothing new. During times of unrest, businessmen have often brought in such teams. The Steel Foundation was one on a State Department approved security contract with the Haitian government for years. In 2004, Steel agents were present as former President Jean Bertrand Aristide faced an internal revolt, including from within his own security forces, and was flown out of the country. Come on, he was kidnapped. you know, A- Against his will. He later claimed one on 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 a leased plane that had been used by the United States for extraordinary renditions. So this is why it's not wise to have any United States nothing. If you are having, and I'm thankful that Venezuela just cut it diplomatic relations with the United States, and it's kicking out everybody because by having those, if you have an international or a United States car in your country, and when the people are revolting, they can just like, oh, let's take off in that vehicle. But if the contractors were simply in Haiti to provide routine security assessment or protection, it is their connections and actions in Haiti that raise significant questions about the nature of their mission. After 7 of these detained were returned to the U.S., only Michael Estera, the Haitian national, remained in jail. When it was reported the Americans wouldn't face charges, Hans Joseph, a lawyer representing Estera, released a statement. Nothing that Estera had worked for a local civil engineer company, Prevel Rich Haiti, and demanding his release. And here is the the statement, all these signatures. So if they was there on a mission, whatever, they should have show their passport to get into Haiti. They didn't show their passport. There was no stamping in the passport. Soon after, Preble reached Haiti, deleted its About Us page from its website. An archived version, however, revealed two key names: Josue or Josue Leconte and Jesne Champagne. The latter was arrested in 1996 on arms trafficking charges in the United States. They were the same two local businessmen who allegedly met the plane from Baltimore, Maryland, at the airport in the morning before the arrest. Here you go. This is a very important piece of information. These are the ones who have set up this Preble Rich Haiti or corporation, and they are like major criminals. I met with Hans Joseph Estera's lawyer in a sparsely decorated office in the Delmas 41 neighborhood of Port-au-Prince. Joseph denied Preble Rich had any role in hiring him and claimed that Estera will not even disclose to his lawyers who specifically his boss was. His wife is in danger, Joseph told me with some urgency. Estera was just a driver and translator working for a local businessman. The lawyer told me one of the best around, he added. I smell something. I don't know what it is. I smell. Somebody's toasting bread. During their one night of freedom in Haiti, Estera dropped at least some of the contractors off at the Hotel Montana, according to the lawyer. Estera has since been released from jail. He has remained in silence. Who were these businessmen that Estera was working for? It remains unclear who, if anyone, signed a contract to bring this specific group into the country. But it is now evident that Pebble Ridge, Haiti, and the interests behind it were intimately involved in the entire saga. The company's now deleted About Us page showed that LaConte, an American citizen with a barely existing public record, was its president. The public relations director was listed as Champagne, whose role involves creating relationships and support from both public and private institutions. It is a role that he is well sustained for, given his relationship with former President Michel Martelly, and that appeared to have worked in the company's favor. Champagne is married to Claudia Saint Remy, who is the sister of Martelli's wife, Sophia Saint Remy. Champagne's uncle was a top official in the Duvalier regime. He and Martelli have been close for decades, and we might visit this after we finish. In March 1996, Jesnev Champagne was arrested in the United States on arms trafficking charges. Martelli, it was reported, paid the $150,000 bail, and from 1996, $150,000 from that era. And Martelli owned the house at the Miami address Champagne listed in court documents. He eventually reached an accommodating plea deal after cooperating in another investigation. That agreement remains under seal, of course. Champagne was one of the many friends and relatives who populated Martelli's circle of influence following his 2011 ascension to the presidency. According another, oh God, another is Charles Kiko Saint Remy, a brother-in-law of both Champagne and the former president, who has been linked to a range of criminal actions, including murder, kidnapping, and drug trafficking since Martelli's presidency. If the con- if the con- if the contract had an official stamp of approval, the involvement of Pre- Preble, Preble, Preble Rich, I'm sorry, and Champagne and their close connections to Kiko San Remy and former President Martelli raises significant legal and political questions. Yes, this is another important junction here. Like, wow. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for social networks. Now we can know shit. Back in the days, everything was a mystery. What are the implications of an American citizen, LaConte, and an American owned company, Preble Rich, being at the center of this scandal? Why wouldn't why would someone convicted of arms trafficking, Champagne, be involved in official security operations? And to what extent the current Haitian administration, or other government officials aware of the operation? Was it clear is I'm sorry, what is clear is that it wasn't just the two Preble Rich businessmen who were involved with the contractors. Police discovered three sets of license plates inside the vehicles when the arrest occurred. According to registration documents and a letter from a local car dealership addressed to the prime minister, one of the plates was registered in the name of Fritz Jean Louis, reportedly an advisor to the current president and a former secretary of state for the interior. Jean Louis was also a minister involved with electoral affairs in 2015 during President Moise campaign. And here's the plates. Wow, there's enough evidence to lock him out for good. The, the letter explains that Magali Habitat, at the time the Director General of the Public Waste Management Authority, purchased a Moondust Ford Ranger and two other pickups in Jean Louis' name in late August 2018. Here are the receipts. Yeah, and all the receipts are right here. It's not just that it's an investigation with no proof. Another set of plates and a dark green Toyota Hilux or Hilu, I don't know how you pronounce it, is registered to Pre-Rich Haiti. Officially, the company had been the owner for less than 4 weeks. It was just for a hit. That's what they bought it for. On January 22nd, 2019, Estera, the Pebble Ridge driver, signed paperwork transferring the deed from Steve Qualley, a wealthy importer who ran for president in the last election for a pro-government party. Oh, I know what it is. I was supposed to be making tea. I forgot that I was making tea because then I thought about it and then I forgot. Contacted by AO, AB, Oibo Post, Aibo Post, Kawali said he had purchased the car in 2013 at the request of a friend from the company Pebble Ridge. Kawali and Champagne are both listed as founders of the Seguin, Seguin Foundation in Haiti. Champagne did not provide any explanation of his involvement when contacted by Post, asked the state authorities who released the soldiers what happened. He told the outlet, asked the American officials why they released these gentlemen. As of yet, the owner of the third set of plates is unknown. If the current administration was aware of the contractor's presence, they've tried to distance themselves from the fallout. The president is not involved in this matter, a lawyer for Marseille said, denying any official relationships with Fritz Jean Louis. The executive power cannot engage mercenaries to terrorize the population, yet they do all the time. A spokesperson said at that point, Jean Louis had fled the country according to police. But the timeline of events preceding the arrest and new information obtained about who was involved in the case indicate the network of individuals who planned and coordinated the arrival of the security contractors, quote unquote, was likely far broader than just Lacan, Champagne, and Jean Louis. Since the return of the detained contractors, the US government has made no public remarks about the case. On Friday, February 22nd, the State Department held an informal telephone briefing for members of Congress and staff interested in the case. In response to questions about details concerning the Americans or what the group was doing in Haiti, the official and the call apparently provided no specifics, but those questions are unlikely to stop. On February 6, Haitian Foreign Minister Bochit Edmond tweeted a picture after meeting with U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, the Republican senator from Florida, who has become a shadow Secretary of State for the and we'll take a look at them. Well, I'm gonna read that one for me later. It might have something I don't know. You never know. For the Western Hemisphere on the Trump's administration, the next day marked the 2-year anniversary of Jovenel Moises' inauguration as president and was the beginning of the street actions that will lock the country down for the next 10 days. Oh, here is the picture. I thought it was in the other link. This is Haitian Foreign Minister Bashir Edmond with Senator Marco Rubio. Some scary shit. Every time you see like they're up to no good. They just left Venezuela without electricity for like 4 days. On February 9, a delegation from Haiti's central bank and Ministry of Finance arrived in Washington, D.C. Foreign Minister Bochit Edmond, who was also in D.C., and accompanying him were two individuals, Charles Jakes, John Jakes, a government official in charge of foreign development funds, and the wealthy businessman and government supporter Andy Apide. Never heard of him. The Miami Herald reported that Boschetti, I'm sorry, Boschit Edmond had held discussions concerning a debt financing deal where Qatar would buy Haiti's pro yeah, pro, oh gosh, where Qatar will buy Haiti's Petrocaribe debt to Venezuela, according to sources with knowledge of the situation. APAID or APAID, and the central bank governor and the finance minister also discussed the Qatar deal while in Washington. That debt is at the center of anti corruption protests that have rocked the country for the last 5 months. The relationship between the Haitian and the US government shifted in January when Haiti broke with years of government policy and voted in favor of a resolution at the Organization of American States, OAS, declaring the government of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela illegitimate. Overthrowing the Maduro government has become priority number one for the White House and Senator Rubio. With Moises' uh, mandate uh, on their threat, the president switched positions and voted with the U.S. The decision was met with outrage, both in Haiti and amongst Caribbean leaders. Poor Haiti, they can withstand the pressure. Raul Gonsalves, the prime minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, told the Miami Herald after Haiti bucked the majority of its Caribbean allies and recognized Juan Guaido as interim president of Venezuela. The current president of Haiti is just craving for US protection. That's all. This guy came to the presidency entirely unprepared, Gonsalves added. But it's clear the Haitian government is seeking to turn the goodwill generated from its OAS vote into US support in its own political crisis. The delegations in DC also discussed an an IMF rescue package, the devil, the International Monetary Fund, officially announced on March 7th, and met with U.S. rice producers in an ill-fated effort to lower prices in Haiti. In Haiti, that the financing deal with Qatar is gaining at least some traction now. It appears is closely linked with Haiti's OAS vote. There there was concern in Haiti that after switching its vote, the Venezuelan government will demand repayment. Haiti will be unable to do so, causing more financial problems for the government. On February 12th, the central bank president and finance minister arrived back in Haiti, where the crisis showed no sign of abating. On February 14th, President Moise broke broke a week of silence and addressed the nations concerning demands that his resignation and generalized unrest that had already led to multiple deaths and and ground the country's economy to a halt. He categorically refused to step down. I will not leave the country in the hands of armed gangs and drug traffickers, he declared in a recorded message. That's how cynical they are. Of course, it had to be pre recorded because he kept biting his tongue. In a comment that many are now reading more into, Moise thanked the international community for the great support that give us, especially in the security field, which they continue to provide. Here is John Bolton. I met with Haitian Foreign Minister Boch, Bochet Edmond yesterday to express the United States' enduring support for friendship with Haiti. Oh, yeah. What kind of friend is that? The devil. We urge all of Haiti political actors to respect and protect their democracy, engage in dialogue, and put an end to the political violence. When it was him who forced Haiti to cut any ties with Venezuela, who was giving them affordable oil for the people. Now there's a scarcity of oil in Haiti. The next day at the White House, Foreign Minister Bochit Edmond met with Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton. The same day, a passport was issued to Christopher Osman, one of the detained contractors, according to a Haitian Ministry of United Ministry of Justice document, and a private jet departed the Bahamas and routed to Baltimore. So this is why he was there in DC to coordinate the death squad, right? And here is the receipt. Passport issue February 15 for Christopher Michael Osman. We don't see the picture yet. I have to look at the picture. We didn't even use. It wasn't even stamped when he got in Haiti. The Miami Herald reported that Haiti's government had previously requested reinforcements from the United Nations, which has had police and soldiers on the ground for 15 years, but were rebuffed. Could the Haitian government have requested security assistance while in Washington as well? Hmm. I reached out to Apai, the businessman who had traveled to Washington, asking if he would be willing to talk about the security contractors situation. He declined. As of today, it remained unclear if these security contractors' presence in Haiti is in any way related to the government's trips to Washington, or if any US government officials had advanced knowledge uh, of or provided any support for the contractors the contractors worked in Haiti. But by facilitating the contractors' release, the US saved the Haitian government from further embarrassment. Based on interviews and records obtained as part of this investigation, It is the connection to this case of another member of the Haiti delegation that is most sure to raise new questions about the nature of and official involvement in this operation, the central bank. Rumors filled the days that followed the contractor's arrest in Haiti. Opposition leaders accused the government of bringing foreign mercenaries into the country to target political opponents and protesters, dozens of whom have been killed in the last 6 months. The prime minister implied they were in the country to assassinate him, no doubt implicating the situation political and diplomatically. But many explanations center around the central bank. Fritz Jean Louis, the former government official involved with the case, suggested to police that the contractors were there to provide security assessment as part of a contract with the central bank. But Jean Baudin Dubois, the bank's governor, and other government officials quickly denied any link. Though the bank has hired foreign experts to assess the bank's security in the past, they will not be heavily armed or trying to enter the bank on Sunday afternoon. Multiple sources close to the bank explain. On February 19, 2 days after the detention, a government lawyer, Reynold George, spoke to the press and provided yet another theory. George called the contractors professional thieves who had attempted to rob the central bank. He later thanked the vigilance of the bank's security guard who tipped off the police and thwarted their planned heist. Or you say haste. I forgot how you say that. Outspoken opposition leader Moise Jean Charles charged that the contractors were at the bank not to rob its vaults, but to destroy damaging records about government corruption related to billions in Petrocaribe spending. And this should be in bolts. This is the central part of this whole sausage article. you know, it remains unclear precisely what the contractor's mission was, but based on numerous interventions, records obtained as part of this investigation, and other sources, the chain of events on Sunday, February 17, that led to the contractor's arrest a few blocks from the central bank have become clearer and indicates bank awareness at the highest level. That morning, Estera picked up at least some of the contractors of the Hotel Montana, according to his lawyer. Later, three vehicles matching the descriptions of those used by the contractors were photographed pulling into the private residence of Gesner Champagne, the Preble Ridge employee and close friend of former President Michel Martelly or Martelly. Wow. So, you want more evidence? Around 2 p.m., at least some of the contractors arrived at the parking garage of the central bank in downtown Port-au-Prince. According to multiple sources close to the bank, the security guard on duty refused them entry. The guard, whose identity HRRW is withholding due to security concerns, contacted multiple bank officials who then contacted the governor of the central bank, Jean Baden Dubois, according to source which knowledge of the situation, with knowledge of the situation. One individual involved in the bank officials' conversations throughout the day was Rosemont Pierre, the head of the bank's information technology department. Those same sources indicated at one point he even called the guard directly. Pierre declined to comment for this report. It appears the guard continued to refuse entry to the contractors. He's a national hero. The source, oh God, the, the initial reports say the contractors were detained at a police checkpoint. The most likely explanation is that someone at the bank tipped off the police. He should have tipped off the the opposition. The evening, the contractors were detained, but then detained the but then denied the bank played any role in what happened. However, according to a source close to the local police investigation, when officials initially contacted Baden on the night of February 17, he acknowledged the bank had played a role and allegedly claimed he was under pressure. What role exactly and under what pressure from whom remain unclear. Many of those consulted noted that Baden's term as central bank governor ends in July. He was promoted from director general by Martinelli in 2015 and is believed to be seeking another term. The central bank, however, has faced criticism over its handling of the economic crisis. Inflation is in the double digits, and the currency has lost half its value against the dollar since Baden's term began. What has become clear, according to sources with knowledge of the situation, is that the central bank governor had been in touch with uh, Joshua, Josue Laconte, and Fritz John Louis, two of the individuals of the center of at the center of this scandal. Since early February, it's not known if the discussions were related to the contractor situation, but then declined to comment. Was the central bank itself part of the operation or just the site of its downfall? In early March, Baden told a local journalist that bank security cameras confirmed there had been no break-in at the bank. He declined to offer further details, but the available information indicate that the central bank governor could shed significant light on what really happened on Sunday, February 17. Moreover, the involvement of officials involved in the bank's information technology department raises significant questions about what the purpose of the visit to the bank really was and what if any relation to the operation had to had to had to the discussion held in Washington D.C. weeks earlier. Sorry about the momentary lapse. The rescue and the political fallout. Soon after the contractor's detention on February 17, a local journalist started filming live on Facebook. Yeah, we want to see this. Broadcasting images of the group, all men inside a local police station called the cafeteria. The reporter witnessed the Minister of Communications enter the police station, followed by the government prosecutor. Images of images of passports and the cache of equipment that the police had discovered spread over social media. Yeah, we've seen this. I can come back. I don't want to lose track because it's a lot of information. That evening, Haitian government officials tried to intervene and secure the group's release. One of President Moises' advisors made a call. And that evening, the Minister of Justice personally intervened according to reports in the local press, independently confirmed. Police and judicial officials resisted for days, throughout promising through investigations and professionalism. Thorough, thorough investigation. I forget that word. Promising thorough investigations and professionalism. It was clear that the presence of armed foreigners and the possibility they were working for the government caused resentment among certain officers and officials. The politicization of Haiti's security forces remains a significant concern, including among international partners who have contributed hundreds of millions of dollars to professionalization efforts. For the beginning of the case, itself was political. And regardless of what the contractors were doing or whom exactly they were working for, their detention exposed the depths of the current political crisis in Haiti, and their rescue by the United States helped to put a lid back on top of it. For days, however, there was no indication the United States would get involved. In a brief statement on February 19, the embassy noted that it had provided normal consular services to the detained Americans. Due to privacy considerations, we are unable to comment further, the statement concluded. That afternoon, in an impromptu interview with CNN at his residence, Prime Minister Jean-Henri Sand referred to those detained who had yet to be formally charged as terrorists and mercenaries. He then implied that they wanted access to the roof of the central bank in order to assassinate government officials, in particular, Sant himself. If Moise was pushed to resign as president, it would likely be Prime Minister Sant. I'm sorry, Kant. I think is that how you pronounce it? I don't know how you pronounce it. I apologize. Who ran as an opposition candidate in the previous election. Next in line, the power struggle coloring the background of the ongoing political crisis was on full display. U.S. embassy officials were incensed, and that evening, the prime minister's staff desperately tried to control the situation. On February 20, the Minister of Justice sent a letter requesting the release into U.S. custody of these 7 U.S. based contractors. Attached the attached though not made public was a letter from Mario Reta, the embassy's regional security officer, apparently requesting the transfer. When Americans are arrested for violating local laws, they must face local charges. And the State Department makes clear it's not. It cannot get US citizens out of jail. And this was not a formal extradition. Yeah, we don't know what that shit that was, but certainly it was not legal. It was not official. It was extra official, like the minister's letter claimed that the group will face arms trafficking charges upon their return to the United States. Unknown to those of us following the story on the ground, we were at court that afternoon, waiting for the detained contractor's first appearance before a judge. The Americans were already at the airport. Yeah, they make fun of us. We are just United States colonies. That's it. Let's keep it real. When they arrived in Miami, U.S. law enforcement reportedly met them on the plane. What agency was responsible for this, however, remains a mystery. Local police departments, the Department of Justice, FBI, TSA, and the U.S. Marshals Service all den- denied any involvement, according to task and purpose. Two agencies that have yet to make any public statements are the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Drug Enforcement Administration. The following day, citing federal resources, the Miami Herald reported that the men will not be charged criminally, but are being debriefed. The contractors, the Herald continue, they told U.S. authorities they were on the island providing private security for businessmen doing work with the Haitian government. So why don't they get their passport stamped? Why don't they get a visa? Whatever. The Haitian president and prime minister both denied having any knowledge of their departure. Though the United States had told Haitian judicial authorities that the men would face arms trafficking charges once they returned to the United States, multiple sources close to the case, including the in law enforcement, say they believe that the guns themselves were already in Haiti. Mhm. A Haitian senator charged that Laconte or Laconte, the Preble rich businessman, provided the weapons. Haitian police are currently holding the equipment. It's unclear if the United States ever intended to bring charges or if it's just provided a justification for their release to US custody. But it remained possibly that the US contractors, while violating many Haitian laws, did nothing wrong in the eyes of the US justice system. If that if the guns were already in the country, however, they most likely were brought in illegally. And the contractors could have knowledge of how they were obtained and by whom. At noon, February 22nd, Lance Burton, the CEO of Hawkstorm Global and brother of the detained Americans, told me over email. We were bouncing our statement of the key players involved to make sure everyone is good to go with the release. About 2 hours later, Christopher Osman posted his message on Instagram, which I already read you, and I haven't heard from Burton since Osman wrote. We were not released. We were in fact rescued. Yeah, we already read you that. Osman quickly switched his account to private, but not before international media picked up his statement. The account is public again, but the post appears to have been deleted. So, yeah, shameless. In Haiti, the decision to release the contractors caused outrage, with many commentators pointing to the fact that the United States has provided financial support to and, touted the successes of the Haitian justice system for years. If they believed in the institutions, why did the embassy prevent the contractors from facing a judge? The decision is ugly, worse than a slap in the face. One prominent radio personality opined said to the Herald, reported. The fact that the US took these people and did not charge them, it showed that there was conspiracy. Pierre Esperance, the executive director of the National Human Rights Defense Network in Haiti, told the Miami Herald they did not want. I want to check this one later. Did not want them to go before Haitian justice. He added, it, it, it now appears the local investigation has stalled. But the question remains, which why did the US break diplomatic protocol and intervene? Was it to protect the US citizens from a politicized trial? To protect the Haitian government from its domestic opponents? To put a lid on a story that was peeling back the earth and exposing the fault lines, threatening the Haitian president's mandate? Or was it something more? The investigation has provided significant new details about the case, but many questions remain unanswered. When I was in Haiti the week after the detention, many contractors noted the perception of fear resulting from the case and the automatic weapons found in the contractors' possessions, which that crossed my mind. Was it just like a terrorist, like they do in my country? They put all these signs on the wall making public, las narcomantas in my country. Was it a psychological warfare, against the opposition to say like, hey, we can just enter your country like this, no questions asked, with tons of weapons and artillery to kill you anytime. In November, images had surfaced of apparent foreigners embedded within the president's palace guard. I remember seeing those, really scary. Political leaders and other actors have alleged that there are additional contractors still in Haiti, positioned in various cities and even near the residence of President Moise. In the absence of a public investigation and clear explanation, that fear will remain, as will persistent allegations of the contractors' involvement in the deaths of protectors. Yeah, you gotta assume that they are the ones. They are part of the death squads that have killed, so many in the protests. Snipers. One thing remains clear. We have yet to hear the end of this story. Let's consider other nation. So let's take a look at the other national broadcast exclusive ousted Haitian President Jean Bertrand Artiste speaks from exile.
I'm Amy Goodman. Haiti's Prime Minister, Yvon Neptune, remains near death. He's been on a hunger strike for over 3 weeks. The ousted leader was imprisoned in June and has yet to see a judge in his case. Meanwhile, the convictions of 38 Haitian former military leaders convicted of atrocities in the coup of 1991 to 94 have been annulled. Among them could be Louis Jodel Chamblain, the death squad leader who helped lead last year's coup. Today, in a Democracy Now! National broadcast exclusive, we spend the hour with ousted Haitian President Jean-Bertrand Aristide. 14 months ago, Aristide was flown to the Central African Republic in what he called a modern-day kidnapping in the service of a coup d'etat backed by the United States. Aristide was ousted by some of the same forces involved in the coup against him over a decade earlier. At that time, the leader of FRAP, the paramilitary death squad, was on the payroll of U.S. intelligence agencies. Now, the number 2 man, Jodel Chamblain, one of the leaders of the current coup. 2 weeks after this latest ouster, President Aristide defied Washington and returned to the Caribbean, accompanied by a delegation of U.S. and Jamaican lawmakers. Democracy Now! Documented that trip. Aristide was eventually granted asylum in South Africa, where he now lives. I reached him yesterday for the first extended national broadcast interview in this country since he moved to South Africa. I began by asking him about the condition of the ousted Prime Minister, Yvon Neptune.
It's very sad what we have as information about our Prime Minister, Yvon Neptune. He is still in hunger strike. How long he will be able to survive, we don't know. That's why we grasp this opportunity to ask everybody who can do something to not hesitate, because it's a matter of life and death. We need to save his life.
Can you tell us what you believe needs to be done?
I think it's a mobilization throughout the world, if I can put it this way, in the sense that we need many, many voices to echo the voices of Haiti. The people of Haiti want life and not death. They want peace and not violence. They want democracy and not repression. So Prime Minister Yvon Neptune and so on, and hundreds of others who are in jail, they all need that mobilization. Whoever can say something, whoever can do something, please do it because the Haitian people right now are waiting for your help.
Last week, the head of the UN Peacekeeping Mission Human Rights Division, Thierry Fagard, said that Neptune's treatment is illegal. The acting Secretary General of the Organization of American States said the case has serious moral and political implications for the Haitian government and for the international community. And yet, the Haitian government has charged Neptune with masterminding an alleged massacre of opposition members during the final weeks of your presidency. Can you respond?
It's clear that it's illegal what they are trying to sell. When we hear voices saying, as I just said, that it's illegal, we understand that maybe those who refuse to free him would start to do something, but we don't see them moving. That's why I call for a general mobilization, a peaceful mobilization, for them finally to start paying attention to that situation. You arrest someone, as they did with Minister Priver, so Anne, and so many others. There are hundreds who are in jail. There is no basis, no legal basis for that, but they just put them in jail because they have power with them, weapons with them, support of the United States, France, Canada, some others, and they continue moving their way. The same way when last year they kidnapped me, it was illegal. The same way they keep our prime minister in jail, although he is close to death, it's illegal, but they don't pay attention to that. So I really think it's a matter of life and death. We need many voices to put that truth out and see finally if they can pay attention to that and save his life.
The acting Secretary General of the Organization of American States has proposed the formation of a commission including a Haitian jurist, an international jurist, and an international forensic expert to break the impasse in Neptune's case. Would you support this?
I do, because we are looking for people paying attention to the case and bringing the help to save his life. But how long? How long? That's the question. How long? By the time we are talking right now, who knows how long he will be alive? So all we can do, we should do it. Not waiting for this initiative, which we don't reject, but adding what we can bring. I think it's really crucial.
The UN investigator, Louis Jouanet, told Reuters that he believed the alleged massacre that Yvonne Neptune is charged with was actually a confrontation between pro and anti-Aristide forces. Your response, this alleged massacre in Saint-Marc?
Well, as I already said, they are just lying, trying to put the focus on that so-called massacre, which we cannot see anywhere because it doesn't exist. And they continue to keep him in jail, and now he's close to death. So to understand what is going on with Yvonne Neptune, I think it's also necessary to put it within the global context. The global context is clear. The Haitian people voted for democracy, and then last year they removed the elected president, illegally done, clearly. They never had the investigation to prove what they did was legal because they cannot prove it. It's illegal. And they continue violating our rules, the international law, to have the UN in Haiti. Even the UN in Haiti is somehow involved in violation of human rights when they support the police killing people or when they don't protect the life of every single citizen although we know clearly what the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, but we don't see everybody through the UN moving this way. So hundreds of people are in jail. They already killed more than 10,000 people. We have so many others in hiding and in exile. That's why I said putting even if it's in a situation in the global context, help people understanding that what is going on right now, this is a matter of using weapons, imposing violence against democracy, against principle, against law. So we need many people to put their voices together and have that mobilization, a peaceful one, to see finally if those who have to do something will do it, for instance, by releasing our Prime Minister, so and hundreds of innocent who are in jail, and so and so.
President Aristide, you held a rare news conference in South Africa. What was the message you were putting out to the world?
The message was very simple and very clear from my point of view. We said that we need to return to constitutional order. And for that, we have 4 steps. The first one is thousands of Lavalas who are in jail and in exile must be free to return home. Second, the repression that has already killed over 10,000 people must end immediately. Third one, then there must be national dialogue. And the last one, free, fair, and democratic elections must be organized in an environment where the huge majority of Haitian people is neither excluded nor repressed as they have been up until today. That was the message.
President Aristide, you also said that political violence in Haiti is a black Holocaust. Are these your words, and who do you think is perpetrating it?
Yes, as I said, the continued peaceful demonstrations calling for my return and the restoration of constitutional order must be heard, and racism should not maintain a black Holocaust in Haiti where African descendants proclaimed their independence 200 years ago. It's clear when we had the transatlantic trade slaves, it was millions of people we lost. For some people, it's close to 12 to 13, even 15 million people they transported from Africa to America, Caribbean, and Syria. For others, like Cheikh Anta Diop, it's more than 100 people they transported as slaves. But in any case, we know more than 13% of those people died in transit. That means we lost millions of people. If from that day to today we continue to lose people, clearly it's a black Holocaust. Today, those who kidnapped me and continue to support those criminals while they are killing innocent people, while they keep even Epstein where he is, clearly they maintain the black Holocaust. The United States, France, Canada, and so many others should do something to repair, if they can, what they did, because what they did is a crime. The same way slavery is a crime against humanity, the same way what they are doing against the Haitian people, it's also a crime. And all that, we can put it in this process of maintaining a black Holocaust in Haiti.
Ousted Haitian President Jean-Bertrand Aristide speaking to us in exile in South Africa. We'll come back as we continue the hour with Jean-Bertrand Aristide. Stay with us.
Well, there was a little segment of beloved president, and Lavalas was the political party from the left that, started to do really good things for the people in Haiti. But the U.S. felt very threatened, and they kidnapped their president that we just heard. That was Mr. President Jean-Baptiste Aristide, from South Africa, where he was kidnapped too. They said by the time the article was published in April 1995, Aristide had been restrained by U.S. forces, and plans were being laid for a democratic transition. Martelli released a new song, President, an exuberant ditty that called for a president who played compass. Let's talk about this. The song begin. Everybody thinks we're a joke. Some friends say that Mickey is losing his head. So I was just like looking at one of the links that Michael Martelli. So I guess we're finished. Are we still seeing the video that they was talking about it over here? Wow, it's too much. But I was just looking at the video that they had the link on. En la comisaría de Puerto Príncipe. This is at the police precinct. And people were filming.
Information c'est quoi actuellement là présentement sur route canapé vert nous faisons une information tombée pour tout le monde qui sur 87.92 pour toi faire un pile attention sur le canapé vert t'assembler au vidéo de l'huile sur route canapé vert n'a demandé pour tout le monde qui a abordé route là et pour faire un pile attention parce que route Boudon voilà et que l'autre zone qui gagne des tirs yo remarqué yo tendez là-dedans zone en bas lumière rouge sur la OK faculté de médecine zone cimetière Port-au-Prince stade yo dit Delma 75 pratiquement là voilà c'est ça NSF en direct faut qu'on dire au même son habité Delma 75 justement faut montrer la caméra voilà les monsieur Lokio faut montrer la caméra voilà m'a fait travail là mais faut nous les on a fait donc information il y a venir la caméra.
Sorry, I was just like, it's almost 2 hours. It's a 2-hour recording.
Il faut que souligner aujourd'hui des citoyens qui viennent devant le commissariat là, les vifs policiers, gens ont souhaité réaliser des interviews avec eux. En tout cas, c'est ça l'information à Soya qui donne tout le réseau social, c'est ça lié, la police, les mains Nagadan, ils ont quantité étrangers. Premier élément d'information parmi eux, 7 Américains et gagner l'autre nationalité. Et contrairement à ça qui a dit sur toile là. On dirait qu'il y a un interrogatoire à fait là, ils ont suivi de près comportement de monsieur yo, il y a plongé quelques plus attendez, on dirait qu'il y a un échange qui a fait entre nous voulons parler de juge de paix, juge Noël qui déjà verbalisé les constats qui fait plein machine yo, 2 machines, il y a pick-up 2 cabines grises et il y a l'autre voiture noire Toyota Rado dans le commissariat, dans le commissariat Port-au-Prince. RSF bel et bien live. Si nous te commencé, nous allons baisser les bras pour l'instant, pour nous informer tout le monde, pour nous toute information, pour nous connecter et surtout 6541 personnes avec nous live pour l'instant, Joris. Nous allons permettre nous de la sécurité sans ne pas connaître issu coup de filet qui fait surtout dans le parage Banque centrale, côté l'argent payé, la banque des banques, et côté Joris, qui reste mon événement caribéen.
Je dis là, c'est là, nous avons dernier et réserve nous. Donc, il y a beaucoup de Dieu pour nous. si jamais, effectivement, si c'est pour ça, monsieur, ça a été venu, parce que jusqu'à présent, beaucoup de dernières informations, mais si c'est pour ça, ça a été venu, et l'État réussi pour ça, bon, nous avons fini avec ta poupée pour être nous net. Et là, je n'ai constaté là, et à l'air.
Les choses, depuis la création qui a fait, surtout de la classe politique, plusieurs autorités, des parlementaires même, qui sont dans l'opposition, qui a parlé de ça, qui dit que c'est un bagage louche qui a préparé, qui a dit que c'est tourné, bagage là mal tourné, c'est son l'autre bagage qui passait, contrairement à ce qui était prévu, qui nous fait dans la zone là. Nous pas faire circuler les spéculations, mais nous activons de près jusqu'à ce que nous ayons une version officielle de l'événement ça, de coup de filet ça, qui gagne. Il faut que nous disions Pétion, et heureusement, Ricardo rejoint nous avec Pétion qui, là, on a une vidéo, Pétion qui a filmé.
So these are some of the tweets they've been posting about this article on reparations for Haiti. Yeah, well, this one is not easy to translate. There's a lot more. Wow. It's a death threat from the opposition to the La Balas political party. So I just wanted to show you some of the latest tweets coming from this account. Three months since the massacre from La Saline. That shocked the whole world. That's just how violent this government Okay, so now it's thick. Have a good night. I just hope that the more that we study this and we spread this this information more, that you will have in Haiti more understanding of what's happening in your country. Have a good night.